Alrighty. Hi everyone, thank you for coming to this little workshop. It's not really a workshop, it's really a sharing experience kind of thing. And today we're going to talk about how to make a website mainly. And then since, LinkedIn is such a well-used tool, for sure you will use it during your professional development class and other venue or other classes. I don't think we have to talk about LinkedIn too much unless we want to talk more about it if you have any question about it. So let's dive right into how to make a website. Let me share my screen. Oh, wrong screen. Okay. So first, let's talk about the importance of a personal website. Um, I think these days, everyone who want to be competitive in the job market needs first a good resume. But since everyone having a resume, and I'm sure they're all good, another way to help you stand out when you talk to people, when you apply for job, um, is to make a personal website. Um, it doesn't have to be fancy, but as long as can outline what you have done and show the recruiter that you have put an effort into trying to find a job and to highlight your accomplishment, it will be appreciated and will boost your chance of getting that position. That is speaking from personal experience because before I make my personal website, um, when I apply to job, just a resume is almost hard to get a feedback, almost hard to get a response from recruiter. Um, and most of the time, you would just get lost in the space and no one hear back from them. But having a link that you send to the recruiter after you submit the job to the job portal, send them your personal website, help a lot, in my opinion, and experience as well. So I highly encourage everyone to have a personal website. So the second thing when it's come to personal website is that when we build the website, there are many ways. We can either build it from the ground up using HTML and CSS and all of that. But most of the time, it's probably not the easiest thing to do. So uh, it's just like a resume, right? A website needs to be updated frequently. And if you code it from the ground up with HTML with no help, it will look very simple, number one. And then number two, it will be very hard to update. This leads me to say that the best way to build and maintain your personal website is through some sort of website builder like Squarespace, like uh, sites like that, like what is that? There's so many. uh, and then Wix is also good. But today we will talk about Google Sites, which is the one I use to build my website. So let's do this together. Are you guys on computer?
Yes, Brian.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure everyone have a Google account. So let's just look up Google Sites. You know when you're gonna get to the Google site page.
I mean,
Yeah, we good?
Yeah.
yep.
Samita, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So Google Site is still treated as a file in your Google Drive. That's something to take note because some function of the website will also be treated as a file in Google Drive. For example, a form or a picture. When you upload into the website, it will be stored as a file for the website. Your drive technically serves as like a web server. Okay, so let's start by clicking that new blank site. We can also actually use the portfolio one. Actually, it might be look nicer. So let's try with portfolio. Okay, and once you're there, go to themes and choose any style you like. In terms of customizations, Google Site is probably not the strongest, but in terms of ease of use, I think Google Site is one of the easiest site builder. If you use Squarespace, they probably have more freedom for you to make the theme and things like that. But Google Site's perfectly fine. So here I would just go with the diplomat. It looks kind of cool. And then I go with either heavy or light. I think classic looks really cool. I want to change it up a little bit. Okay. Let me know when you're there.
Yeah, done.
Awesome. All right.
Same.
So one more thing I want to point out is in the page, in the website, there will always be a home page, and that is where everyone know that, right? And we will lead you to the other pages, and the other pages can be accessed in this bar, in the first bar. The way that Google Site handle all of them is through the tab page. You can add more pages to this tab by adding page. And each of the page, if you click on it, it will be its own web page, right? So we have to edit that one and this one. If we want to populate it, we have to edit it. So let's first try to make one site. One page that I'm sure everyone will need is called contact. And we'll click done. This page right now will be blank, right? And we will keep it there for now. Next, we will first change your name. This will change the title of the web page. So I will just call Brian website for now. Or you can call anything interesting like Brian space, right? It's up to you. Then you can edit your name, and the goal of the website, the home page is to catch your attention. That's just general rule when you build website. So the way to suggest this is actually a really effective way of doing that, which is to directly say who you are, what you do, and how can you help them with anything they need. So let's just say from W, for example. Chow can put San Jose for now, temporarily. From San Jose, temporarily.
Okay, yep.
Okay. So within the navigation site, there are many ways that you can make that top bar interesting. For example, they have different type of navigation. So either you can put on top or you can put on the side. So you see the look on the side that's the hamburger bar like this. That will be automatically used if you are on a phone. So that's one more thing that is really cool about building with site like Google site. On a if you build on a pure HTML, when you scale it to a phone, it will look very bad. But with these, it will be really smart. So it will automatically, if you're on a big screen, it will show as a tab here. But if you're on a small screen, it will go into the hamburger uh, menu. So we don't have to worry about scaling them, and they'll be dynamic. Okay, so that's that. In the top bar here, we can also change what are the color of the back of these boxes. For now, we can go with white, for example. You can also make a logo for yourself. You can also add a Fav icon. So Fav icons are the icons in front of your web page name. Whenever you visit any web page, there will be a little icon in front of it. For example, we go to CNN, right? We will see that there's that red logo with a CNN in it. And if we don't, uh, the Apple Folio website would just have that Google site look, and that doesn't look interesting, right? So you can also make your own Fav icon that way and upload it. Next things is to talk about the domain. So when you build a website with Google site and you uh, you export it and publish it, the site will have a link that looks something like this. For example, if we publish, in a little bit we will see the link is a Google site link. So ideally that doesn't look really good, right? So we want to have our own domain. If you already have a domain, you don't have to get it from Google. But the easiest way I suggest is just to get it from Google because they're very reputable. You don't have to get it from some third-party website like Name Silo or something like that. I had bad experience with those third-party domain website before, so I highly suggest using Google for this. So we can click on that, and you can go into uh, buy a domain, for example. So that's this when I already have the domain from Google. But if you click on buy, they bring you to Google domain, which is their product to choose a domain. So for example, if we are trying to build our own website, so it's the best to have our name in it. So for example, if I take Goku and he's building his website, so you can look up Goku the analyst, for example, and we look it up and we see that there are a lot of options here that is still available. There are also many with the N uh, with the actual domain name with .com, .info, .net. We have a lot of things. For example, if you're going for consulting, you can even do Goku Analyst Consulting. That's a little bit more expensive though. but you got the idea. So just go into the by domain and then type in domain that you want to look for. It can be anything really. It will still be, if it's available, you can buy it. And if it's no one that ever touched it, no one interested in it, and no one bought it before, it's typically around $12 to $15. Google can also use its full name. Let me see if anyone already bought that. No, you still have it actually. Even a .com is available. So that's about $12. And once you already buy it, you can go back to your Google site. Sorry. Okay. And edit your domain by going to this navigation setting and then go to custom domain, start setup, then go to um, select a domain that you already own from Google domain. Make sure you're on the same email though. So that's it. Okay, let's move to another basic thing that we can do is to build a heading. So there will be all the categories of how large the text, the preset of text. So for example, in a small space under our title, we can separate out information into a subcategory, and we can use that with heading. So for example, if we're building this, so we can first talk about your education. And then when you enter, you see that it's normal text now. And you can start typing down what you want to talk about in that. For example, we can say, and then you can list out your degree. If you want your analyst role is your main thing, so I suggest putting all of the projects in the first page is a great idea, which they did here. And we can go into each of them and talk a little bit about this. That's because in Google site is more powerful than other website builder in one way. That is, you can integrate other Google products very easily. For example, Google Slide, Google Doc, Google Sheet, and a whole range of other things like YouTube and even Google Form for filling out form. Um, so let's first try to add a picture using this box here. Upload a picture that you have. So I would choose my own picture, for example. You can add other content here as well. There are slides, there is video, but since they are creating that into two sub, we will just delete one. Okay. Once you are here, also let's talk about there's different section in a website. So every time you make a new tab. I suggest on new content. I suggest making a new section is the best way um, to keep everything together in a nice way. And for example, if in this section we can add a text, by it, every time you add a box is typically a text already, and you can see sometimes if we see that they are too close together, we can even add one section just to make it separate each other, just like that, and keep it blank. After education, I also want uh, a spacing box for that, so I just add text. Okay. Other type of content that you can add include collapsible text, which is where you type it out and it will be a button down, so it's collapsible. So just like that, and you can even talk a little bit about yourself in under here so that it doesn't just crowd your page too much. So collapsible text is really useful for that. You can also have a image carousel, which is where you add a bunch of image and it would just rotate them around, and you can move from one image to the other, and people can look at image easier that way. Okay. Okay, let me stop here for a sec. Let me know if you have any question.
I'm good.
We good? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so the reason why we talk about the contact page earlier is because now we will use that as our actual first page that we built together, so that I will have you guys build yourself and with my instruction. So let's start. So from the very blank page, we can start with a layout, for example. And this is good for a portfolio, right? But for a contact, it's probably not the best. So let's see if we have any interesting one. Okay, so one more thing is to do the header. This header you can change into different type. The banner is the common one that people use, but if you want a more impressive look, you can even do for a cover. Okay, but for now, let's do a banner. You can change that to whatever you want. Here, let's keep it contact because we're trying to get people to talk to us. So having all of your contact information on one page is useful. So let's try to select a stock image. So you can either upload your own image, or Google will also let you look up images that they already have on the Google site, or you can do a search. Well, let's look for something relaxing. I will do that. It's up to you guys, right? Maybe something like that will work. Okay. Okay, and now we will try to add a text because that's the best way to help them contact us. So we just need to click on text, and another one, since I want a space between the header and my actual contact information. and you can start listing it out. And we will have email, okay. Any other information like LinkedIn is very useful too. Like such, okay. But that doesn't look very impressive, right? So we can always change the look of it by, I think here we should make it a little bit bigger for them just to read. But that is still a barrier for recruiter to contact us. They have to read the information and then input into their own system and contact us. So let's leverage another cool thing about this Google site tool is to add a Google form. You can make a form in a separate place and then add it here. So I will click on form. I already make this, so I will use this form to insert. And we have a built-out form that works directly from our website. And you can set up this form in a way that when people contact you, they will store all of their information and whatever they need from you, and it will store into a Google Form page. You can make this with Google Form. I'm sure we all tried to do that before, and let me know if you have any question about making a Google Form.
So Brian, is there a way where we can link the text to another website? Like say email, you have your email ID. So on clicking that, if I can go to another website. Oh, okay.
Yes, you can do that. You can add that for anything actually. You
How
can
do you do
even
that?
so the first thing is normally if they recognize it as a valid link, it probably do it.
Okay.
But you can also add a hyperlink by highlighting that and then insert link.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Normally,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it.
All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So um, let's see if anything else we should talk about. Let's talk about a project page. So we can let's first change the header. I don't like how this header look, so I will delete this and add a new header that use the same style as my other pages. We can rename this into something like data projects, right? And let's look for an image that appropriate for that. Maybe something with number like that would be perfect. You can write out your description of the project. Here they are presenting is almost like a fashion kind of page, which we will not do. So I suggest just going with deleting them, and then we use a different way of making portfolio content. Here we can use the pre-made layout. I think it looks really good. We can add a picture on the left and then a link or edit the text to introduce about it on the right. So for example, if I recently did something, one easy way to make people, enjoy it is to uh, help them with an image or a link to a YouTube video that you made. They can watch directly from here. Or if you don't have any of those, you can also add a Google slide, for example. For example, I just recently built this a story on SAP Cloud. I can just add it here as a picture content. Notice how when it's outside is you can edit how large it is. But Google Slides smart enough that when you put it into a subsection, it will resize itself to look nice in that space. The reason why we go with Google Slides instead of picture is that if you choose a picture, it would just show one picture, right? If you go with Google Slide, you can move from pages to pages. So let's just say you can describe it. And of course, use the star method and everything. But here, let's make an example. Okay, let's keep it there. You can add another story by just easily clicking on layout and add another one. I say story, but what I mean is projects. You can change that picture into anything you want. And then do the same thing for the right, which is the title, and then describe what the project was. Okay. You might be wondering, how can we delete a page? So we can go in here and delete any page we want by go to pages and click on these three dots and delete it. Let's make that example. All right. And we see here project page is after contact, which doesn't make sense. So we can also move the position of it here by in the page section. Here, let's edit everything. Let's see anything else we can edit. I think is one more thing is you can always ask a footer. Here you can keep some generic copyright sentence if you need. The easiest way to do that is just put your name and then put a year. It doesn't have to be big, so that's why it's on a footer, right? And that's it. That is enough for any copyright purposes. You reclaim it. All right. So last step is to publish. So we can easily do that by clicking publish. You can change what our web address will be. But as you can see here, if we just go with the title page, it will be still in a Google site website. That's because we don't have a domain yet, right? Another very interesting thing with building a Google site is that the second you publish, you will be on Google search almost immediately. With auto web page, you have to sometimes even buy a feature. our Google site is already on Google search. So we already published that. Let's see. You can click on view published sites, and it is what our website will be. And that's it. That is our website, and we can go to project page to see what we built earlier. Like that feature I said told you is in slide we can move other slide within the website, which is really cool. And in the contact, we already have a contact page that we built out. So in general, those are all the basic maneuvering that to make a website. So let me stop here and ask if we have any question, any bigger question than just this, like how to make it look nice, how to send our website out, things like that. Are we all good?
I'm all right.
Awesome. Go cool. Everything good?
Yes, Brian. So far, so good.
Awesome. So let's have everyone. I give everyone a little more time, and then maybe you can work on your own site, and you can showcase to us what you have done so far. Are you guys willing to do that?
Sure, Brian.
Okay, go cool. You want some more time, or you want to show now?
Can I make this in my own time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So in general, that is all I would like to share with you guys today. And let me know if you have any question about web page building and how to uh, utilize this tool more efficiently. Thank you for coming. Sorry if I was late a little bit. And I will send out this recording to everyone as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Brian.
Brian. This was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Brian, for arranging this meeting.
My pleasure. My pleasure.